Ladies and gentlemen, this one product store that I'm about to show you is an incredible example of how far you can take just a single product. And I think you're gonna love it, not just in terms of the branding, but also in terms of the product category because it's extremely unique and it's in what you could consider a saturated market. But this brand has been able to do something incredible and reach over $1 million per month with a single product. So with that said, we're going to break down the store. We're going to learn as much as we possibly can from it together. So buckle in and let's get right into it. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more and leave a like. So the store I'm talking about today is called The Light Phone. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ari. And I run a business called Akemi, where we help build and scale Shopify startups. We work with 7, 8, and even some 9-figure Shopify stores. We mainly manage machine learning paid ads, so Meta, Google, and TikTok. So if you're a brand looking to scale, make sure you reach out to us. But let's proceed here. The store I'm talking about, as I said, is called The Light Phone. Now, the store itself is extremely simple. And what they sell, as you saw a little bit of, is this phone right here. So they sell a phone that is just intended for calling, which is super funny because, this is how phones began, right? They didn't have many features available to them, but now they've become so advanced and intertwined in our day-to-day that they've become even overwhelming to have. So what this brand did is they took this similar style approach that the iPhone has so that people have familiarity, but they stripped it down of all its non-essentials and it's taken off. Let's look at the traffic here. We can look at the traffic and estimate over $1 million a month in revenue because they're getting over 800,000 monthly visitors to the store. Now, I will show you another piece of data here. I use store leads in order to find that the estimated sales are actually $1.7 million a month. But we're going to be conservative here. We don't want to sell the dream. And yeah, I find this fascinating because it actually is harder than you think to simplify things. Trust me, I know that because I struggle with this in my business all the time. I'm constantly thinking of ways that we can streamline processes so that we also can get to $1 million a month in profit. That's my ultimate big goal here for the next few years. And really, this brand has achieved it, probably not in profit, but still $1.7 million in revenue is super impressive. And this is how the phone looks like. It's extremely simple. It has the interface of what a phone would have looked like, maybe even 20 years ago, but with still the feel of an iPhone, which is actually really cool. To be completely honest with you, I'm tempted to get this thing because, I find myself struggling with screen time, just as every other human out there is. If you think about it, we're fighting an unfair battle against social media algorithms. They have so much power and, our brains are fallible. We're easily able to get addicted to these things. So tools, not feeds. The Light Phone 2 is built around a user customizable menu of tools. All of the tools are custom designed for our Light OS to ensure a thoughtful and private user experience. So, as you see, you can still do all the regular things that you want to do on this thing. If you want to listen to music on it, it kind of looks like an iPod almost. If you want to call people, text people, these are still things you're going to be able to do, of course. But you're not going to have apps like Instagram on there, Twitter, TikTok even. All those things are not what this product is about. So the other thing now that you kind of understand the product and, we talk about what makes it so unique, right? Which is actually this stripping down of all the non-essentials. These are some concepts that you can write down and that I'm writing down for my own business. What are some things that are non-essential that are only taking up space and maybe even making things just more confusing than they need to be? That's a great thing to ask yourself. So what I want to show you now is this is kind of the landing page that they go for. Once you click shop, this is where it takes you. So if we go here, we can see that it's extremely simple, right? And I think this is extremely intentional because what they do is they are a minimal brand, a minimalist brand. So by keeping the whole entire experience minimal, they are sticking to their brand identity. And that's one of the great things about having these kinds of brands is that you can go very far with something very simple. In fact, the simpler it is, the further it can go. Now, another interesting thing to note, they're running pre-orders. What does this mean? This means that they're stacking cash flow up front before they even deliver the product. This is extremely smart, especially for a brand that is scrappy and that needs all the cash that they can possibly get in order to order lots of inventory. This is the largest flaw, in my opinion, of e-commerce businesses, is the fact that you have to continuously reinvest into more and more inventory. So this is such a clever way to get around that, to create a culture of pre-orders. You would be surprised. You'd think that people hate this sort of stuff, but in reality, they actually love it because it creates an exclusive experience, and brands even at the highest level do this. Apple, if you watch my recent video on their Vision Pro launch, they did almost $300 million in an hour. They did the same thing. That product is in pre-order. So don't be afraid to run pre-orders. Just make sure that you're incentivizing people to buy on a pre-order and that you're exciting people along the way. So as you see, they have a very seamless buying experience where they upsell you on a screen protector, a protective case for the phone. You can even offset your device. You can donate a little bit of money to, affect your carbon footprint in a positive way. And then here's the checkout. I mean, it's just so simple. And then it takes you obviously to this Shopify checkout because they use Shopify. And that's really it. That's what this whole store is about. I absolutely love it. I think it's so genius. And as you see, they actually provide you with a US SIM card for free when you buy this. Pretty cool. And yeah, their social media, this is the next step, right? We broke down the business, the website, and hopefully you noted down some things that inspired you. I'm definitely feeling very inspired by this business because I love things that are so simple yet scale so big. Now, as you see, their social media, this is really their main social media. They have Instagram, and then they have actually a blog. They do have a Facebook page as well, but they're not running any paid ads on Meta. Probably because they're on a pre-order, right? If they're on a pre-order basis, it's likely that they only have X amount of orders that they can take. So if they're already seeing so much demand for the product and they're seeing all the success, there's really no need for them to spend any money on ads. Now, they do have a blog as well, which goes hand in hand with the premise of making someone more focused, right? Reading and writing, they definitely help with this. Reading and writing can be very meditational even for a lot of people. So they release a lot of news on a Medium blog, which is pretty cool. But their posts actually do quite well. They have a really good social media presence despite them being kind of like an anti-social media brand, which is kind of funny. This is a really funny ad. Do not buy light phone. Paid for by the Alliance of Big Tech. I love this sort of marketing. To me, not only does it feel more vintage, people used to run a lot of stuff like this back in the day, advertising companies, but also it creates a psychological effect, right? It actually says so much in just this simple picture. Do not buy a light phone. Obviously, that has like the reverse psychology effect to it, but then it says paid for by the Alliance of Big Tech. That makes you think, wait, what? Maybe I'm actually being taken advantage of then by these big tech companies. Okay, so I actually went to allianceofbigtech.com as they have in the ad because I figured that they would be so thorough to actually make that into a real thing. So this is what it is. We are the Alliance of Big Tech. We have been called greedy, predatory, even dangerous. This is alarmist nonsense. We're not public enemy number one. Lightphone is. Their claims are numerous and slanderous. That your privacy is being invaded. That social media is designed to be addictive. That corporate financial gain is prioritized over user well-being. Do not listen to them. There's nothing wrong with your attention span. Tracking your every activity isn't ominous at all. Our products are completely harmless. Your relationship with us is totally normal. Everything is fine. Trust us. Keep scrolling. Obey the algorithm. And then if you go to their site, let me see, you accept everything. You give up all your privacy basically. Let me see how far it actually goes. Okay, so then they actually do take you to the Lightphone website. Wow, what a cool funnel. This is some genius marketing. This is some big brain 4D chess level marketing right here. And I absolutely love it. What can I say? That was just a brilliant display of how marketing is really just understanding the pain points that people are going through and solving them. That's really it. Or rather, the problem is that the product is the thing that solves the problem, but your marketing should really show people the problem itself and how you solve it. So they did that brilliantly with this just awesome display of reverse psychology, showing you what you're actually going through on a day-to-day basis with the big tech companies and positioning themselves as the solution. Man, I might buy one of these phones. I'm not going to lie, guys. I may need to buy one of these, and I may need to show it to you on stream sometime. So that's really about it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe for more. We're going to be doing more streams soon. Trust me. Just be patient. But, make sure you also join our Discord. Make sure you follow me on other socials if you want to keep up to date on what I'm doing. And yeah, that's about it for this one. See you in the next one. Peace.